It's your boy Simon. Let's get into the nitty and gritty about actually being a photographer. I don't believe too many people talk about this, but being a photographer is actually pretty rough. Just like any other industry, there are ups, there's downs, there's highs, there's lows, there's dead seasons, there's busy seasons. It's not all glamorous shit, as I like to say. Let's go over some negatives and let's go over some more positives as well. I'm going to start off with the negatives just because a lot of people like to hear about this first for some reason. But the negatives about being a photographer and running a photography business is the constant need to find clients. Now, if you build yourself a little retainer business system, sort of what I've done, it does help when it comes to tracking your finances from month to month. But realistically, most photographers don't work that way. They literally work from gig to gig, which I don't believe is the right way to do it. But some photographers get way more enough business for that to sustain them, and that's perfectly fine. The second negative thing that I want to talk about is the shit that people don't actually teach you in school about running a business. The amount of hats you're wearing is actually unbelievable. You are the photographer, you are the editor, you are your marketing director, you are your accountant, you are your Google Calendar. All of this takes place while you're trying to run a business as well as grow that business. Being a salesman needs to be embedded in your blood. I would tell people to delegate whatever they can, but realistically, if you're still building up, that's not physically possible or financially possible. But there are small wins you could take, like automating things. Using automation through your website, or something as simple just using AI. Use ChatGPT as often as you can. This is something that I use every single day. Now, it's not a bad thing and it's not a good thing, but now I feel that using AI or using any sort of automation to help promote your business is very helpful and can save you a shit ton of time, so that way you could focus on other things. The last negative thing I want to talk about is pricing as well as client expectations. Because as a beginner photographer or someone that's maybe a little bit more established, they always find an issue when it comes to pricing and finding good clients. Finding great clients is more important than how much you're charging in the long run. Let me give you an example. A wedding inquiry comes in. The only thing you could think about is how much money is you going to make from this wedding. But in reality, down the line, the bride is a nightmare. Parents of the bride are even worse. They are not paying on time. They asking for additional edits and simply overall negative people. Now, take that $3,000 to $5,000 that you made and break it down over time. Realistically. Again, we're not just talking about the wedding here, we're also talking about the time it took you to edit and all the pre-wedding calls and post-wedding calls that you're having with these clients. You need to break this down in realistic numbers. Now, on the other hand, you get a great client that contacts you about their wedding. They are low maintenance, they trust you fully, they provide you all the information that you need, and they don't hassle you on price. The day goes smoothly, even after you deliver the photos, everybody's happy and they even write you a Google review. Using the same concept, break down your time and realize how much money you're actually making over that time. This is huge when it comes to finding quality clients. It's not about the quantity. Let's move over to some positives. The best part about being a photographer, honestly, is the people I get to meet. I'm in a lot of very different scenarios almost all the time. There's so many people that always ask, like, Simon, where were you when you were shooting this? And this happens quite a bit. The places I get to go, the people I get to meet, not only that, the cool shit I get to shoot. Like, I went on a Toyota camp in October and I got to off-road the new Land Cruiser and the new Tacomas. Like, when and how these scenarios come up is all about the people you connect with and you create relationships with. Another great thing, honestly, is my schedule. I get to go to all my kids' soccer games because I create my own schedule on a day-to-day basis. This has been huge simply because I was in the tech industry for almost 15 years and I lost a ton of time when it comes to watching some of my kids' games, especially in soccer, and just some very important moments that unfortunately I had to miss. And the last and best thing I could tell you about being a photographer is you are making people's day when you provide great service, great images, and a lifetime full of memories. There are sad parts to those memories, absolutely, but there's also really great parts to those memories. Like, I had a wedding I shot a couple of years ago, and a couple reached out to me saying their grandma passed away from old age. She was healthy as a bull the last time I saw her, but over time, you know, she was almost 100 years old. They really loved one of the images, and they asked if I could blow it up for them, and essentially I gained more business from that. Not that I want to take it there during these rough scenarios, but this is what happens. Referrals start coming in, people remember what you do, people remember your face, and it's not necessarily the family members, but it's your clients that really push you and push your name. But let me know your experiences down below. I'd love to hear from you guys. It's your boy Simon. Hit that subscribe button, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.